If you're an observant player, you may have noticed that each hero in Overwatch has a different height. No, not just the character model height, the first-person camera height, the perspective in which you view the world from. But why is this important? Let's look at Ashe as an example. Her first-person camera is fairly representative of her actual model. This means if you can see her face, you can guarantee that she can see you. Now what if her first-person camera was all the way up here? With such a disjointed camera, she would be able to see and attack enemies without them being able to see and attack her. But wait, she's clearly firing from her gun, which is down here. Surely the bullets would be blocked by the box. You might assume that bullets and projectiles originate from your character's weapon, but this is not the case. Instead, they originate from your face, or rather, the center of your first-person camera. The visual effect of ammunition firing from your weapon is purely cosmetic. It would be unfair if you had a line of sight to an enemy, only for your shot to be blocked by map geometry intersecting your weapon model. So as long as you have your crosshair on an enemy, you can connect a shot. Knowing all this, what are the actual camera height values for each hero? It's no surprise who the shortest and tallest heroes are, but the difference between them is rather significant. Two Torbjorns stacked on top of each other in a trench coat can almost impersonate a Sigma. Bastion and D.Va have transformative abilities that change their camera height, so they have multiple entries. Some abilities you would expect to change the camera height do not, such as Winston's ultimate. Though there's a weird reason for that, which we'll get to later. The average height is 1.46 meters, and the median height is 1.45 meters. Definitively making Ashe and Mercy the most average heroes. Crouching also changes the camera height, so I measured those as well. The rankings are mostly the same, but some heroes have a non-standard crouch ratio for reasons I can't determine. For instance, D.Va can crouch really low compared to her natural height, while Doomfist can't get as low as the others. And if a character is absent from this graph, it's because they can't crouch. Here are the standing height values visualized in game. This right here is the entire range of hero heights. Wait, Winston's camera is visibly lower than McCree's, despite his camera being higher. It's never easy, is it? Okay. Some first-person animations translate the camera without affecting the hero's camera height value. That might sound confusing, but bear with me. Melee attacking as any hero shakes the camera without changing the height value. Reloading as any hero also moves the camera without changing the height value. Similarly, Winston's ultimate moves the camera up without changing the height value. So your first-person view technically does move when using Primal Rage. It just does it without changing the camera height value, so it's immeasurable. Anyway, enough about camera height. What about the position of the camera relative to the rest of the character model? Let's look at Tracer. The intersection of the cross marks the exact position of her first-person camera. You've probably noticed that it's off-center from her head. Does this actually make a difference in game? The answer is yes. Tracer is able to hide more of her body when peeking a corner on the right than she can when peeking a corner on the left. In the heat of battle, this is likely inconsequential, but it is certainly a real quirk of her asymmetrical camera. Mei's camera is far below her head when crouching, which is the opposite of the Ashe example at the beginning of the video. From the Mei's perspective, she is eye level with the barrel, but to other players, she is much more exposed. Hiding behind cover can be deceptive in cases like this. I'll leave you with the exact camera positions for every hero. As always, consider subscribing if you want more videos like this. And check to see if your main has an accurate camera.